It was joy. I remember the room list. It was just an amazing feeling. But we had been working on this for a while, and we put the work in, the process in, and when we finally got it, so it was real joy. I won't forget that.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. 'Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make 'em stay there.
Alrighty, baby. Here we are with Mr. Second to last role. Can we all not forget? Because I feel like we all get caught up in Jen's role. Was last interview I did. And for me, I mean, she was the one that ended it all. I'm not taking nothing away. But
Right.
no one, she doesn't get to take that role unless you, Mr. Candy Cane Costa, don't roll that first center. How you doing?
Yeah,
now?
I passed the baton on to her, and she did a fantastic job. But yeah,
I don't want anyone to forget your role, because that was huge. All right. Now I need to ask you a question. Forgive me if this is an asinine question, but were you a rookie?
I was. That was my first ever game. Yeah.
There's been a lot of confusion with that in the community. I've asked a couple people because I didn't want to come on here and be an ass to you. They're like, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm like, I don't remember him being there before. But when we talk about the rookie class, a lot of people talk about Joe, Jen, Sarah, and my cousin Jack. And no one
Right.
throws your name in there. I think you just had such a veteran presence, and it's really, it speaks to the way you played that no one even thought you were a rookie.
That's funny. Yeah, I felt good out there. I felt pretty comfortable. Obviously, like we'll get into it. It was a rough start, but I think as it went on, we just kind of got a better feel for the game. Also, my initials are LRC, so I was just kind of born for this,
There we go. I like that. That's a great answer. Now, because I know that, I do have a question for you. Being a rookie, did you feel like you were prepared coming in, or were there some things that happened that you didn't expect?
I felt a little unprepared. Yeah. Just kind of, yeah, like I said, getting a feel for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just the dynamics of it. It took a little while to get used to. So yeah, it took a little adjustment, I would say.
Was there anything that happened that was surprising, maybe like an aspect of the game or a strategy or even like something afterwards?
I wasn't prepared for how competitive it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. I knew we were here to win. We were here to get Grandma to win. I wasn't expecting like the electricity in the room.
Okay.
So
it's a playoff atmosphere.
No, it's exactly. Yeah.
Now, I mean, as you know, all too well, that was not the first game that night. And, it was getting late in the night. Grandma was giving away her chips. She was done. That was wraps. That was our last shot.
Yeah.
Was there any point in that night where, you had given up hope and maybe thought like, this isn't going to happen?
A little bit. When Grandma handed over the chips, that's when I got worried. Like you could just feel like was it? Yeah, exactly. Just like a pin drop. Yeah. I remember looking over at Coach and just like he was hanging in there, but he was looking worried. Yeah. So there were definitely points where I was worried because like that was at least the third or fourth game, and we were getting late. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, believe it or not, I think the last game might have been 6. I think we had
6. Okay. I don't discount it. Yeah.
And then we prayed. And talking about the prayer, as a very religious man himself, how much do you think that prayer? Because we had the prayer and we won the next game. Do you think that's luck, or do you think we had a little bit of help?
I think that's some divine intervention. God works miracles, like whether sometimes we don't realize it, sometimes it's very obvious. In this case, yeah, I think he wanted Grandma to get the win. It was all part of a plan.
So beautifully said. I couldn't have said it better myself. I happen to personally agree. Just the way everything culminated in that win, it seemed like a miracle. It really did.
Yeah.
So you were the second to last roll, but prior to that, because there was that 5 games, you lost. You won. You lost. What did taking that loss or win, feel like?
It hurt. I remember I felt the disappointment from the people around me. It was just a certain feeling of shame. I think my chair went flying backwards at one point unintentionally. I flipped it. Yeah, it gave me some adversity, and that's what you need. I think you need a challenge sometimes. You don't always want to be comfortable. So it taught me essentially how to lose, and I took that with me for the future games. So I did, like, it was a chip on my shoulder personally. So.
And the way you just described that, I think is a big reason no one knew you were a rookie. I mean, to make that kind of, I'm flailing for the word here, adjustment. I'm sorry, to make that adjustment. We're talking in a 2-hour span. You don't learn how to lose and then take that with you through the game in a 2-hour span. I mean, that's something that could take, many different, separate events. But I mean, within 3 games, you were like, all right, I know what to do with this now.
It was quick. I mean, we're going back to back to back here, like no breaks. So yeah, I didn't really have time to kind of sit on it. Feel bad for myself. You just had to keep moving. So that was the approach I went with. Yeah.
That's amazing. Now getting to the good stuff here, the good moments. What's going on in your mind? So you know that you have a chance to get it to Jen for the last roll if you get this center. You've been there before where you rolled a dot and you end up winning. So this is your second time. Like you said, you've moved past it.
Yeah.
But you know what this roll means.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on through your head as you're shaking that dice, about to roll it? What's going on?
I'm a little nervous. I was trying to think of my technique too, because I went with a couple of different forms throughout the game. I forget exactly what I went with, but I wanted something that felt right. I just need something in the moment that felt good.
Mm-hmm.
And just, but at the same time, Dan, like also like this confidence, like I that was gonna work out, like I had gone through the adversity in the past. So like a feeling of like nervousness, but also like trust. I like trust this was gonna work out for us.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Who do you think had the most underrated performance? I've been on record to say I feel that it could have been you. I've said that in a couple other interviews. But we've actually had like a different name been dropped in almost every interview I've done. And it speaks to the level of competition that we had. Everyone really played their part. I don't think anyone underperformed. But who do you think was underrated, doesn't get talked about?
Underrated performance, I think Jack. I remember Jack being at the corner of the table. Like no really flashy plays, but he kind of just kept the dice moving. He just kept the game going. And that was what we need. We need him to make the star plays, but he kept the ball moving. I thought it was a fairly underrated performance from Jack.
Center God. When you needed the center, that guy came through and he just threw.
No, he liked a good center. Yeah, that's what I remember from him.
A little bit of a controversial question. Been asking a lot of people this. Should we run it back? There's been a lot of yes, a lot of no. It's risky, obviously, because you'd love for the last game to be a win. That's always the goal. But the issue is, and especially for me, left, right, center has taken like a big role in my life. It's something I really enjoy. But does that mean it just goes away now? And let's say, things end the way they are currently. Like, how do you play after that? You know what I mean? How does the game go?
Right. I think my answer right now is we don't run it back. I think it's kind of like you're right off into the sunset with the win, which is tough, right? Like you're saying, like this game is just an important part of your life.
Yeah.
So I think for now, though, I think it's just hard not to go off on that victory, just like that triumphant overcoming by grandma. So that's my answer right now. Could change, but for now, I think we call it.
Jen brought up a very comforting fact for me last interview when she said, after all this is said and done, if we don't run it back or we do, we can still always play left, right, center, but whatever happens, it's what grandma would have wanted, or grandma. She'll still be a part of the game, obviously not physically, but in remembrance, and that was a comforting fact for me. So I thought that was something great.
I like that. That is a good answer. I think, like we can play again, and nothing will take away. what happened that night. It's still a banner in the rafters for Grandma. So,
Amen. Amen to that. Well, we're actually coming towards the back half of the interview now. I really appreciate you. You've been amazing. You really have. A couple more key questions though. So you roll the center. You give it to Jen. Jen rolls the center. What comes over your body in that moment? Is it joy? Is it just like relief? Like, what are you feeling?
it was joy. I remember the room lit up.
Yeah.
It was just an amazing feeling. Like we had been working on this for a while, and we put the work in, the process in, and when we finally got it. So it was real joy. I won't forget that. No.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to take a quick timeout just to tell the viewers I am wearing pink shorts. I don't want people to think I'm not. Everyone's got to know that I'm wearing pink shorts, black shirt, pink shorts. That's how I do my interviews. I just don't.
Okay. That's like your interview, like get up.
That's my get up. Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
I didn't want the fans at home to be like, is this guy just, what kind of shorts is he wearing? Green?
No, yeah, he's wearing the pink.
Pink shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Last question I have for you, Liam. And I think this is going to be an inspirational answer, knowing you. Not to put you on the spot, but is there anything you want to say to the kids out there who had taken a big loss like yourself, but maybe haven't gotten the opportunity to redeem themselves and experience the success that you experienced?
Right. So I'm a firm believer, like we were talking about our faith in God earlier. I'm a firm believer that he has a plan for all of us, right? So it's not our plan, it's his. So we're going to go through losses, we're going to go through struggles. And that's what's going to get you to that win. And yeah, it's not always when we want it, but you just keep working at it. You keep putting the work in, and the results are going to come because you put in I'm a firm believer in Mamba mentality. So I think that's what you need to finally, and that's what we did, right? So we didn't get the first try, we got the sixth try. So to the kids out there, I just keep plugging away, being yourself, and I think you're going to like what you're going to see.
That's amazing. Thank you for that answer. I think a lot of people are going to resonate with that, and it's going to be inspiration for a lot of people out there that are watching this. I did lie, though. I do have one last question for you, and it's more about you. How do you want to be remembered as a left, right, center player, Liam? How do you want to be remembered in this game?
I want to be remembered as a guy who did his job, and then he passed the baton on, I don't need to be remembered as some superstar or like the captain or whatever. I did my job, got my center, passed it on. So I'm just a contributor, and then that's all I need to be. So I would say that.
Liam Costa, everyone. Left, right, center initials. This is the guy. He might not want to be represented as a captain or remembered so, but he was certainly a captain in our hearts and someone that you could turn to and look to on the field, that stepped in right away, had enough of a veteran presence that in his rookie debut, people didn't realize he was a rookie. Second to last role, I can't express the thankfulness I have for you to be there that night. Not only just, to get the win, but regardless of the win, to be able to spend time with you and for you to come with the intentions of getting that win for Grandma, taking time out of your life. It means a lot to me because it was very important to me and everyone else there. And I just want to thank you for that, really, personally. I appreciate what you did.
I appreciate it from you. Yeah, I'm not going to forget this. It was a special night. So I'm just glad I was a part of it.
Everybody hands go up, and they stay there.